This is literally the budget version of this one. All right, who's ready to test out some dupes? Because I have a bunch here that are pretty new, I wanna say. And I thought we could just test it out. I've kind of gone through the ingredients again. I'm not an expert, but I'm kind of comparing the two of them. So I'll talk about that. And then after like a side-by-side comparison, are they a dupe? These are the questions. This is what we need to know. We've tested a ton of dupes, so I'll link more at the end in case you're interested, and make sure you subscribe. New videos here every single Thursday. Let's dive into my makeup because it's not done. We're gonna be testing out a brand that I've never tried this before, but I've seen a lot of hype around this now. This brand just dupes, I feel. That's their thing. Do you remember when it was mostly Makeup Revolution and you'd see that and you'd be like, that's an ABH palette, babe. Yeah, that's what this brand does, but like just very blatant. The brand is called MCO Beauty, and this is their Super Glow Blush Drops. So you can see here the packaging. I mean, you can already tell me, I know you can, what brand I'm going to talk to next. I'll give you a minute. Yes, that's right, Drunk Elephant. They're rosy drops, to be exact. I mean, it's pretty clear what they're trying to do here as I drop things all over the floor. So the two do share some similarities. They have some hydrating elements, they have some plant extracts, they have obviously the pigmentation. However, the big difference that I saw between the two of them is that this one seems to lean more silicone based, whereas this one, I had to do some research on, what was it? It's like there's so many different peptides and things now, and it seemed as though the Drunk Elephant ones seem to be relying more on newer technology, like the latest form of hyaluronic acid, which is more water retentive. They seem to have a lot more emphasis on the anti-aging elements that are going to be more long-term. I'm sure you've heard of Matrixyl 3000, that complex, so that's in there, but it's not in the MCO Beauty one that I saw. So my take, just from an ingredient, not even having tested them, I'm pretty sure I have tested this, but I don't actually know. Couldn't find it, so I bought another one. It seems like the biggest difference, again, having not put them on my skin yet, is that the MCO Beauty one is designed for more immediate results and seeing things, but like the Drunk Elephant one, you would see more results if you continue to use it every day, which makes sense just from Drunk Elephant as a brand. They tend to be more skincare focused. Are you kidding me? Even the bottles are exactly the same. That's so funny. So let's start with just like, I just want to feel the product in my hand. What are we working with here? What do you feel like? Ooh, it's already like bubbling over. Very fun. Okay, I don't even remember what color I got. I got these so long ago. I put two little dots on my hand just so we could see and compare. This one being MCO Beauty and this one being Drunk Elephant. So in terms of feel, they both feel very similar. The undertones are mildly different. I want to say that the Drunk Elephant one is a tiny bit more pink. They both have a pretty strong sheen to them. You can see that. That's pretty shiny. But MCO Beauty is a little bit more peach centric, which I did buy the peachy pink one, so that's fine. Shake well to activate the formula. Okay, just in case I didn't shake it enough, I'm gonna shake it one more time, covering it. Shake, shake, shake. Now I'm gonna put it here, and I'm going to wipe off my hands here. It says you can mix this in with your skincare, or you can apply it on its own. Which one did I just pick up? They're literally so similar right now, I don't even know. Hold on. I'm second guessing myself. Okay, I washed my hands and now I have put them on separate sides because I don't trust myself. Okay, I'm gonna shake up the MCO Beauty one. Put that in my hand. Now I'm gonna put this directly on my face on the same side. She is very sheer. I see shine. I don't see a lot of blush per se. Yeah, just a lot of, like, I keep layering it, honestly. I don't really see anything if I'm honest. I don't know. I'll give it a minute. Maybe it needs some time to sink in. I don't know. Wiped off my hands. I'm gonna shake up the Drunk Elephant one. Put it in a different spot. Okay, not a lot of pigment. Like, again, I know this is supposed to be a natural looking blush. I get it, but I want to see it. Like, am I crazy? Am I just used to too much blush? I don't see it. As my little niece likes to say, hoo-hoo, where are you? I don't really see either of them. I guess I kind of see the MCO one a little bit better, but it's also kind of patchy. We're off to a great start, everyone. Maybe this is just one of those products where you need to squint to see the blush, and people want that. Is she wearing blush? Isn't she? Who's to say? Maybe that's the vibe. Maybe you want mostly shine and like a near blush, you know? That's your look. Maybe you'll like this. I don't. For no, absolutely not. I need way more blush. I need to apply it right now. Ingredients are similar, but at the end of the day, I don't like either of them. So it doesn't really matter. I gotta fix this up. I feel so empty. I feel empty. All right, that's a little bit better. But now I wanna move on to the lips because this one has been trending a little bit because it's a dupe for the incredibly popular Summer Friday Lip Butter Balm. You've probably seen this. I think I've tested this at some point. They have a bunch of different colors, really hydrating, moisturizing, you get it. But e.l.f. recently launched their Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balm and people are saying they're identical. You cannot tell the difference and it's unbelievable. So I did a little bit of research into the ingredients and how they're similar and how they're different. And what was really interesting to me is that the e.l.f. one actually seems to have a lot of a richer formula. The e.l.f. one has cocoa butter in it as well as mango butter, has a bunch of other stuff in it too. But that one in particular, from my understanding, is incredibly moisturizing versus the Summer Friday ones has more of a lighter, almost sealant kind of effect. It's more of a surface level hydration versus the e.l.f. one I think is like a deeper hydration. It also had hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid, which to my understanding is a particle that can get into the lips a little bit better. So I found that to be really interesting. Let's give her a go. First, I wanna put on the e.l.f. I wanna put them on the whole lip. I was thinking about that for a second. I'm like, do I wanna do half and half? I don't think I do with this. So I tried to get similar shades regardless. So let's try this one. It was a lot more of like a brown undertone than I was expecting. That's what it looks like on the lips. It is very glossy, but it doesn't feel thick, which is interesting. I was kind of expecting it to feel more on the thick side, but it doesn't. My lips feel good in it. I'm trying to like get a sense of the formula. The color isn't my favorite, and I think it's just because I'm having trouble having it melt across the lips smoothly and evenly. It seems to just want to create a line around the outside. It feels nice. It tastes nice. I could taste it. Blah, blah. It smells good. It feels hydrating. I kind of wish I'd gotten like a clear version as well because I feel like I would really like that. You actually smell the cocoa in it, or maybe it's just the vanilla that I'm smelling. I mean, my lips look good. I don't feel like it's going to highlight any cracks or anything in my lips either, which is good. Okay, now let's compare that to Summer Friday. I'll take this all off. Let's try this one. This is in, I think, vanilla toffee. A much lighter scent. I'm not getting as much of the vanilla with this one. I also got the one with the lighter pigmentation too. Vanilla beige, yeah, which seems to be a better color choice for me. This one does feel a little bit lighter on the lips. I would say same level of like super shiny kind of look to the lips. That's super interesting. They do feel very similar. I would say that the e.l.f. one has a thicker consistency to it from an actual feel on the lips. You can also see just in terms of the application there, the e.l.f. one just comes out a lot more like pigmented, but in like specific, not streakiness, but you know what I mean? Like a big glob. Whereas this one, I guess maybe it's because of the applicator, it seems to move the pigment around a little bit easier. However, that's not a make or break, especially because the price difference is pretty significant. They feel so similar. So similar. I mean, at the end of the day, the e.l.f. one is probably a little bit more hydrating and nourishing anyway. So I mean, if you've been looking at the Summer Friday one, go for the e.l.f. one. Very similar feel. Now we're gonna do a little bit of a jump back and forth thing because I have a bunch of like skincare and hair care stuff that, again, so similar. And the first one I want to talk about I actually got from Nina Pool. I saw her and it went super viral, exploded everywhere. And so I wanted to try it out, obviously. And it was a dupe for the L'Occitane shower oil. And I love L'Occitane stuff. Like their shea butter, you've seen me talk about it a bajillion times. I have like 4 million in my house. But she was saying that the Nivea Rich Care shower oil is identical. Like there is no difference in how these end up making your skin feel, and like the ingredients are supposed to be super similar. And obviously we need to try these out in the shower and like talk about it. But first I want to talk about the ingredients. So one of the primary oils in both of these seems to be grapeseed oil. However, the L'Occitane one also has almond and sunflower, and this one has castor and soybean, sorry. And then they have the cleansing agents, they have the fragrances, all that kind of stuff. But the biggest thing that I could see the difference being is that L'Occitane is L'Occitane, right? So they tend to be a little bit more like botanical inspired. So there was like the bergamot, the almond, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, rosemary. But let's test these in the shower and like see how they feel. But now I want to get into the hair because this has been my Everest. I'm so excited when my hair finally gets healthier. Like I cannot wait and really put in the work on this one. But I came across this dupe having already loved and own and talked about the high-end one, which is the Redken Acidic Bonding Treatment Intensive Treatment. This is a bond repair treatment pre-shampoo. And I personally really like this. I haven't used it in a little bit because I knew that I was going to be comparing it to this new thing that has just arrived. This is by L'Oreal, which is interesting because they both have the same parent company. This is the L'Oreal Bond Repair Rescue Pre-Shampoo. And when I tell you, I looked at the ingredients on these two bottles and I'm like, where's the difference? It's like Where's Waldo, but with ingredients. This is literally the budget version of this one. And they're owned by the same company. This make sense. Now there are some differences. Like the Redken one has more like silicone conditioning ingredients to them to kind of seal the hair afterwards. Whereas I don't think I saw that in the L'Oreal one. They both use citric acid. Redken has the 14% bonding care complex. L'Oreal has 12, which to be honest, I don't know enough to know what the actual distinction is. Not my understanding that like 14% is like the strength, but it's more about the accumulation of the actives that are present in both of them, I think. However, both very similar from the get-go. So I'm literally going to do half with L'Oreal and half with Redken, and we're gonna see what it looks like. All right, folks, I have an update. Also, I cut my hair, yay, finally. So first the body washes, and I have tried both of them. I've tried them both like side by side. I have tried one full and then the other full. I've tried it with self-tanner on afterward, like all of the things. I would say for self-tanner with like an oil body wash in general, not the best idea. I find personally that it doesn't hold as long, but again, that differs from person to person. In terms of the biggest differences that I saw between the two of them, number one, I found the L'Occitane, again, if I am nitpicking and looking at the little bits, I found it to froth a little bit more, like get into a bit more of a luxurious, not just oil consistency. It did that mildly better. I also found that the scent of the L'Occitane was a little bit more luxurious. Not a deal breaker though. The Nivea one was just as nourishing. I feel like it did the same thing. It was just the consistency of that lather wasn't as much as it was with the L'Occitane one. And the scent was fine, it just wasn't like a L'Occitane scent, you know? But they both did a good job and kept my skin nice and smooth and soft, so I would say those are dupes. And then my hair. So I did do one side with the Redken and one side with the L'Oreal. See if you can tell the difference. It's also unfair because there's like a window right here. An unfair level. There's one, two. Yeah, no, there really isn't much of a difference. This side was L'Oreal, this side was Redken. Very similar in terms of consistencies. I feel like the end result, very similar. Honestly, the biggest difference that I felt was just that my hair felt a little bit softer with the L'Oreal one when it was in my hair. Otherwise, honestly, they just felt very similar. To me, that is a dupe. That is 100% a dupe. I'm just so pleased. Love when this happens. And now we have eye patches. And again, I own the high-end version. Clearly, I've been out of the loop with the dupes because like I'm getting so many good ones right now. I bought this a while ago. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Firm X Collagen Hydrogel Face and Eye Patches, this guy right here. And I've been just using them underneath the eyes. It is supposed to hydrate the area. It has a bunch of peptides in it. It's going to relax, smooth the area, you get it. But then I saw that COS Rx has a very similar eye patch. I had to test out both of them. This is the Peptide Collagen Hydrogel Eye Patch, and they have very similar ingredients across both of them. They have niacinamide, they have adenosine? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Peptides, collagen, hyaluronic acid, like a lot of very similar things to the Peter Thomas Roth ones. The additional thing that I saw on the COS Rx ones and not in the Peter Thomas Roth one, I've seen so many ingredients though, so please bear with me, is the where is it? Acetyl hexapeptide 8. That's the one thing that I didn't see in the Peter one, which is argiline, I think is how it's pronounced, which is that like the Botox ingredient. I've been actually using it from The Ordinary. They have a little dropper thing you can get at Sephora. I really like that, but this one has that in it too, which is interesting. So I'm gonna try them both on just in terms of how they feel and how they look from a first impression standpoint. It's really hard to test something like this with any sort of like longevity. I will continue to use both of them and I will put some notes down below on my thoughts on them. Obviously they feel very similar. I would say, I mean, the COS Rx ones have a ton of great ingredients and like that would be a great dupe, but let's put this on the skin first. I'm gonna go put on the under eye things because I was looking in the mirror and I was like, oh my gosh, my under eyes feel a little puffy today. My whole house is asleep still, but I'll put one of these on one eye and I'm gonna put the COS Rx on the other one. Let's see what they look like. Okay, they're on. I'm already feeling like this one is gonna slide a lot. I had to cut off the little tail of the COS Rx one. This is the Peter Thomas Roth one. So you can see very different shapes, but I'll let these cook a little bit and we'll be back. We'll see what they look like. Did they fix my under eyes? Okay, these have been on way longer than they should. I mean, it doesn't really matter. How are my under eyes looking now? I feel like they look better on both sides. Trying to look in the mirror and see if I could see any like noticeable difference from a first impression standpoint. I like the way that the Peter Thomas Roth ones fit better underneath the eyes, but I think I like the COS Rx ones. They feel a little bit more brightening. I don't know. I'll keep using them. We'll see if I have a favorite. So I'm curious, have you seen any cool dupes out there? I wanna know if there are any like we haven't tried yet. Also just noting if there are any dupes and things like that. We're like, I wonder if she tried that. Go to my main page. If you go to the main page and you type in the search and you type in that ingredient, it'll pop up the video. If I've talked about it, it'll pop it up and then you can go and you can see it, just so you know. I will link everything down below as per usual. If there are any video ideas that you guys wanna see, let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already. New videos here every single Thursday. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic week and I'll see you guys all in the next one.